Welcome, my dear viewer, to Dr. Paul Kibicho YouTube channel. I want us today to discuss a very unique topic that gonna set a cold shield to those people who think that the world was created for them alone, and for those who think that being privileged is a natural right, and at the same time would not appreciate that God has a purpose and a plan for each of us. That when God created you, He never created you as a second-rate person or a second-class citizen, but He created you with a divine purpose. God never makes mistakes. I personally feel that most of us that God has opened avenues for them, they do not take the cognizance of the fact that the Lord had a plan for them to be where they are, and therefore humility should be part of them. As a matter of fact, most of those individuals that God has taken to the levels that they are in, they have forgotten where they came from, they have forgotten who God is, they have forgotten humanity, and sometimes pride seems to be their mainstay, or pride has taken what we call their center stage. Today, I want us to discuss what we call entitlement mentality. Entitlement mentality. Are you a principal of a given school? Thank God you are. We appreciate that God has taken you to that level that you are in. And the kind of students that God says to you, you're not the one who selects. Either they come there by merit, either the parents took a bit of time to come to discuss with you and convinced you the need to absorb and to have them in your school. And when those children come to your school, you do not first of all go back to do a background search. So you receive students from all over, and students across the board, and students from families who are well endowed in terms of resources. Others, they come from very rich families who did drive lavish lives. Others come from very needy cases. If you find a child who has come to your school and they are not able to pay school fees, I tend to think that empathy would comes in handy. Understand where that child has come from, understand the problems that child has gone through, understand the circumstances that has made the parents not to be able to pay school fees as expected, and understand the psychological torture that child goes through even when at home, and maybe the only place that the child gets a bit of comfort is in school. Therefore, humility is key. The fact that God has made you to be a principal of a given institution, it therefore should humble you by appreciating that one, the good Lord has been, the star has been shining on your side, and God has put you to become a servant, and to realize that you handle people with diverse problems and needs, and people from various backgrounds. There are those people who, when they become principals of given institutions, they become a little bit untouchable. They become aloof. I wouldn't advocate for that to happen. I remember when I joined Form 1 many years ago, as I have said in the past, my parents were very poor. Very poor. I was sent home for school fees balances 21 record times. I never lost count. But I want to thank the Almighty, because the principal then, Mr. Erastus Wairago Munyeri, really helped me. Wanyeri helped me a lot. I was sent home for school fees balances 21 record times. I have never lost count. I could go to school without a pullover. There were no jackets that time, not because the school had no standard school uniform, but my parents could not afford. As a matter of fact, for those people who understand Nyeri, after we were evicted from Kedogoro Forest, I was coming all the way from a place called Ihide, where Professor Wangari Maathai was born and brought up, a distance of 32 kilometers. For those who might be familiar with Nyeri, I was actually walking from Ihide to a place called Mogwe, then from Mogwe to Kena, then from Kena to a place called Gatobero, then Gwagoko, then Gwakenyongo, then Ihuhoine, Ishakashiro, Gaiduri, then Gadavine. And I was sent home for school fees balances 21 record times. I still remember that the principal was not sending me home because he never understood But of course, he wanted me to pay some school fees, which I cleared after I got a job. I thank God for his humility. He treated me well. He never threw unprintable epithets to me. He understood the kind of predicament I was going through and the problems and the challenges that my parents went through or were going through by then. I thank God for Mr. Wairago. May God bless you. Together with the late principal, Mr. Jeremiah Mutuarohio. May he rest in peace. I really encountered a lot of things, but I thank God. God has been faithful this far. There are those people when they become a sub-chief, there are those people when they become chiefs, when